What's good? This is Trey Morgan, fearlessboss.com, coming to you with this video on failure is an illusion and you can't fail. So basically, what I mean by that is just the fact that you're alive, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that, you're able to watch this video. That's a blessing. That's amazing. That's a miracle. There's so many people around the world that's dying, that's suffering from some horrible disease, people that are blind, deaf, disabilities, all these things. So you're a success just because you're defeating the odds. Like, you could be suffering from one of those issues and you're not. So you're successful just because of that. So just keep that in mind. Things can be a lot worse. All right. Perception is reality. It's because you're not living in a situation where, you have no roof over your head, or, you can barely, find water to drink and food to eat. Like, that's the reality for some people. So you're successful in your own right. Now, that's one way to look at it. Now, here's another way to look at why failure is an illusion. If I go and I shoot a basketball, I take a basketball and I shoot a basketball and I miss the first shot, am I a failure because I missed that shot? Of course not, because, I could possibly take 10 more shots and make all 10. So those 10 shots would basically, you look at the 10 shots that I made, you're going to be like, okay, you missed one shot, no big deal. All right. But if you just base it off of that one shot that I missed and say I'm a failure, that's ridiculous. Because how do you know I'm not going to make the next 50 shots? Right. So in my opinion, and, anybody that's ambitious that wants to be successful, you need to look at failure as, okay, look, I can't fail unless I give up. If you actually give up, then you can say, okay, I failed. I gave up. I stopped playing the game. And even in that situation, you didn't really fail because you decided to stop. Okay? I made the decision to stop. Nobody told me I have to stop. I stopped because I wanted to stop. For example, it's like if you start a business about one thing and then you move into another business and you stop the first business, you didn't really fail. You just stopped doing it because you want to move on to something else. There is no failure. When somebody rejects you, somebody, you you see another person on the street somewhere, you think they're attractive, you go up to them and say hello, and then they just walk past you. That's not failure. You actually went up and put yourself on the line, went to go talk to a stranger. How did you fail? You succeeded in doing what you want to do. If you go and start a business and the business does not do well, profit, meaning you don't make much money, you did not fail. You succeeded in doing what you want to do. The outcome may not have been exactly as you wanted it to be, but if you really think about it, outcomes, we have no control over outcomes. The only thing we have control over is our actions. When you take an action, you might be able to predict, a large amount of time what's going to happen. But for the most part, you never know what's going to happen. You might think, you're going to jump in your car and you're just going to drive off somewhere. Your car might not start. You might wake up in the morning and you're freezing because your heater is not working. Like, you don't know. You're not in control of the outcome. So only focus on the actions. Only focus on taking action, being a boss. Okay? There is no failure. You cannot fail. You need to stop. When you think about failure and you believe that you can fail, all you're going to do is just give up. You're going to stop taking actions. You're going to stop doing the things you need to do to be successful because you believe that you can fail. You can't fail. If you do what you want to do, if you take the steps that is going to make you successful, you can't fail because you're taking action. You're doing what you're supposed to do. The outcome, you leave that to God. You leave that to faith. You leave that to hope. You hope that you get the results you want, but you are not in full control of the outcome. You're only in control of your actions. So if your actions are not adding up, you need to look at yourself, okay? If the outcome is not going the way you want it to do, okay, change your actions, get some guidance, get some help. But don't say, oh, I took action, I didn't get any results, I failed. You didn't fail, all right? You just didn't get the results you wanted. You didn't get the outcome you wanted. But that's not in your control. The outcome is not in your control. Your actions are in your control. You cannot fail. If you want something, you don't just give up because you didn't get success right away. Why would you do that? You know what I'm saying? What if when Michael Jordan got cut in high school, what if he would have just stopped? Then he would have failed. He would have failed to become playing college basketball. He would have failed to play in the NBA. He would have failed to become a Hall of Famer, failed to win all those rings, failed to become one of the best players ever playing in the NBA. That's a failure. When you stop, when you give up, when you say, oh, my results aren't great, I'm going to stop. Every single person who is successful has taken action at some point and gotten unfavorable results. That's part of the game. But they did not fail. The only way you can fail is if you stop breathing, if you give up on hope, if you start going into a depression and just stop doing anything. That's failure. And if you find yourself in a depression, you need to get out of that depression fast because, you know what I'm saying, depression is something that just continues to get worse and worse if you don't do anything about it. If you're depressed, find somebody who's not depressed, start hanging out with that person. Or if you're depressed, look at the situation, figure out why are you depressed and do something about it. Because I'm telling you, life is amazing. Just the fact that I'm able to do this video and I can speak, I'm happy for that. I'm so happy because I can speak. Because I have 2 eyes and a nose and a mouth. Like, seriously, as corny as that sounds, I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful for that. I'm a success because I'm alive. I have opportunity. You have opportunity. You can do great things. There is no failure. You cannot fail. The only failure is for you to have an opportunity to do great things and not do anything. That's failure. So if you're not doing anything, you need to start doing something. It's not even fair. Look at it this way. It's not fair. There's people out there that are handicapped in worse situations than you that wish they had the opportunities you have. And if you're not doing anything with your opportunities, that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? You have so much to bring to the world and you're holding back because you think you can fail. You can't fail. You will be successful. It might not go exactly as planned, but you will be successful if you don't give up. All right? Failure is an illusion. Trey Morgan, Fearless Boss, signing off. Peace.